What's up, guys and gals? It's the Tyrant here, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Dino Fights, where we either go big or go home, but if you don't like it, you can go Rex yourself. We are in the heat of the Titanoboa tournament. I'm making some trades here for a second. Had a bit of a scare yesterday, though. So I'm currently in first place, and yesterday I had a 900-point lead, and I was gone for about 2 hours. And when I came back, someone had quickly been able to close the gap within 100 points. They were about 3 wins away from catching up with me. And so I frantically went back and got about a 700-point lead. We're going to finish that off today. I'm going to try to get to 7,000 points. But first, we're going to go ahead and do this food tournament. It's really not a lot to it. They have it about once a week or so. And the nice thing about this is it's not PvP. So they actually tell you what dinosaurs you're going to face. Now here, we can only use common dinosaurs. So none of the cool advanced Indominus or Stegoceratops or anything like that. But it does allow you to pick ahead of time what dinosaurs you go in. So you can pick dinosaurs that are stronger than the ones that are presented. And of course, they picked 2 opposites here. So I was expecting them to switch out. But that's why we have a stacking point first. So I came fully prepared for this. We're going to go ahead and stack it again. He's probably going to switch back over to his Utah Raptor. Yep. So predictable, aren't you? So he only surprisingly hit me with 1 point. So we're going to go ahead and switch it back over yet again. And we're going to go ahead and just, I think he might have 1 shield, but oh, okay, perfect. All right, well, that was an easy win. And so this pterosaur right here should be able to take me out in only, well, if he uses all of them. Yep. Perfect. That means I know exactly what's on his playing table right now. I know exactly what cards he has. He has nothing, and we have 6 moves. So we're going to go ahead and just dish him out. That's round 1. We have to win 2 rounds of this to get that food pack. Now, for those of you who don't know, food is used for leveling up your dinosaurs. Max level is 40. However, for each 10 levels, you have to actually utilize another dinosaur of the same type who's also a level 10 or level 20 and combine them together in the hybrid chamber to get them to be a level 11. So we're going to go ahead and try this again. I'm hoping that we have an easy one. Yes, we do. So it's two Utah Raptors, so we can easily use 2 amphibians here and knock this out of the park fairly quickly. Well, completely forgot. It will auto-choose one for you too, and it's not usually one that you want chosen. What a concept. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and, yep, this should be pretty much a piece of cake. I'm going to go ahead and just use stacks at first. We probably could take him out fairly easily, but I'm going to give him just a fair fighting chance here. He doesn't have one in hell. I'm telling you right now. We're going to go ahead and just finish this guy off. That's all we really need to do. And let's see if he has a shield. Yeah, he does have a shield. Good for you. Oh, hi, Raptor. All right, so he should have a pretty... Yeah, he's not going to get anywhere. All right, so at this point, we might as well just go ahead and finish him off. It's not a bad idea if you want to stack it up, but really, there's not a lot of point to it. Wow, he didn't have any shields that time. Poor doggy. Okay, so we have another Utah Raptor here. He might actually be able to finish this guy off in 4 moves. He should be able to, theoretically. So he's going to go for it. Yep, but that's okay because we have another amphibian waiting for him. And he's going to go down without much of a fight. We have 5 turns here. We're going to go ahead and just stack all these together and finish off this Utah Raptor. This will give us some food. And it'll help us level our dinosaurs in the future. So we can get even higher level dinosaurs. Alright, so let's see how much food we actually got here. The pack should present itself. There we go. This is very valuable. It's very simple to get. The food challenge is one of the easier ones there. They have a coin challenge too, which sometimes can vary because, again, it usually restricts what kind of dinosaurs you can use. And in that particular case, a lot of times they have dinosaurs that are far more powerful than my own for that particular class. So we're going to go ahead and get this Titanoboa tournament started. My goal is to try to get my point level up to 7,000. That should put me at roughly around 1,100 point lead. There is only 1 day left in this tournament. 1 day, and you know as well as I do, the competition is going to be fierce. And already it looks like the odds are stacked pretty heavily against us. They have 2 really strong ones and 1 weak one. We have 3 fairly strong guys here, but there too, I mean, look at it. It's got a full-blown Stegoceratops. So if you want to see what a level 40 Stegoceratops looks like That's it right there. Oh, hi, doggy. Okay, I was kind of hoping he would switch over to his amphibian right there, because what's going to happen is if he takes this guy out, my Stegoceratops, then I'm going to have access to my Eudomorphodon, who is a direct competitor to this Prestosuchus. And he won't even stand a chance at this point. So we're going to go ahead. I don't like using a lot here. We're going to go with 3. I don't know if he's going to have shields or not. He did not. That is perfect. Okay, he is down for the count. Now this is going to put us up against that level 40 Stegoceratops. Again, our Eudomorphodon is going to be pretty much a fall guy here. We're going to use this to stack our points up as far as we can. So at least at this point, I know he's not going to have much of a chance. So my Indominus is the strongest dinosaur I have. I know that he doesn't have any shields up, so we're going to put 1 shield up. 2 attack should bring this guy down. And then his final dinosaur should be fairly weak. He's not even going to have much of a chance. And yeah, it's a Mangiosaurus. Or Magigosaurus, sorry. So he tried. I'll give credit where credit is due. He probably has 1 shield up. And so we're going to go ahead and finish him off. Nope, no shields. So yep, that was it. First match belongs to us. So that gets us right in the lead. All right. Or at least keeps us in the lead, helps bridge the, or helps separate the gap just a little bit more. We want to stay in the lead as much as possible. That way we don't have to come back here and check quite so often. Again, the competition ends tomorrow. And so once that happens, once it starts getting down to the final hours, I expect there's going to be a massive surge of people trying to get that first place spot. Again, I don't know if it matters if you get first place or if you're just in the top 100, if you're just in the Dominator League, period. If you're in the Dominator League, you are guaranteed a Titanoboa once the competition finishes, at least if you're holding that Dominator League position once the competition does finish. Unfortunately, you have to continue to hold that position. If you fall behind the Dominator League, you're not going to get Titanoboa. What I don't know is that if you have to be in first place in order to be able to continuously build Titanoboas in your creation lab so you can continue leveling your Titanoboa. So again, okay, this isn't too bad. They only have 1 really strong dinosaur, and that's Truden. That was, fun fact, the first competition I ever won, the one where I came up as number 1 in the world, was a Truden. He was a very famous dinosaur, I consider him one of the missing links, because essentially he was one of the first ones they found that definitely had feathers, sort of a raptor-esque type dinosaur. And so that really was a scientific breakthrough right there, and that's pretty damn cool. So I had to get him, and of course it paid off later because I found out that if you combine him with another dinosaur called Yutyrannus, then you form the most powerful hybrid in the game called Eudon. And I don't have a Yutyrannus yet, but hoping to get there soon. Alright, so he had 2 shields. I kind of figured that much. The next guy is going to be the one we have to worry about because he has a direct advantage over my Stegoceratops. So I'm hoping he uses all 6. Yes, he did. Perfect. So now that we know he's used all 6 of his turns, he has no shields up. So now we can use the stacks perfectly to see how many we have to use, and we can use the rest for shields. So we only had to use 3. I'll put 1 shield, stack 4. Always try to stack 4 if you can. If you have to go for 5 attacks to bring down a really powerful dino that could really destroy the rest of your team, that's fine. But again, judge wisely here. Alright, so yeah, this is his last guy. Unfortunately for him, he is weak. And also, my dinosaur by default, because it's a pterosaur, has a direct advantage over amphibians. So we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off real quick. That's 2 wins. All right, perfect. Now, just an FYI, the wheel that you get a chance to spin after each and every competition, you have a chance of winning that Titanoboa. Now, that doesn't mean you'll be able to build them in the creation lab afterwards. It just means you win one. And apparently a bunch of people have won one. A little redundancy there. And I've come so close so many times, and it just never worked out that way. See, look, he's just 2 cards away, but no, we get a mystery pack. Yay. I seem to be a magnet to these things. So we'll go ahead, and at least we got 10 bucks out of it. Not a lot considering how much we're spending. For those of you who don't know how I'm going to get so much dino bucks, basically, I save up for these tournaments. You have 3 ways you can get money. You can either get it through trading, you can get it through completing missions, or you get it from opening card packs. And so there really isn't much for me to spend money on in between tournaments. The tournaments usually happen once every few weeks. And if it's not a dinosaur that I'm particularly fond of, then I really won't pay that much attention to it. I'm not going to try to get first place or anything like that. I'll compete, but I'm not going to go too far. So yeah, they got some pretty decent ones here. Again, another level 40 Stegoceratops. So again, you know, I hate saying this, but I usually use my Stegoceratops as sort of a fall guy, a chance to basically stack my turns up. That way, the next one who comes along should have a pretty good chance of taking out whoever takes me out here, and possibly even the next guy as well. A lot of these guys flat out don't actually stack their attacks. Like, I'll be interested to see if he has any shields up. If not, then I'll be able to deal a nice bit of damage. So he had one shield up, and by the way, I'm fighting a hybrid right now called Spinoraptor, and I actually figured it out. It's a combination of, and I have one of these, I should know this. It's a Spinosaurus and a Utah Raptor. My second favorite dinosaur is Utah Raptor. I am ashamed I did not know that a couple of episodes ago. So this should do, again, a little bit of damage, but not a lot. I want to do at least some so that my Eudomorphodon isn't going to have too much of a problem. I'm hoping he uses all 7 of his attacks here. He used 6. Okay, so he probably has 1 shield up, either a shield or he stacked one of his turns. So I want to play it safe. I want to act like he does have shields up. So let's see. It's going to take, unfortunately, all 4 of these just to guarantee it. Yep, he did have 1 shield up, so that'll take out his Spinoraptor. Now, again, I'm at a disadvantage here because the Stegoceratops, any herbivore has a direct advantage over a Eudomorphodon. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead. I think that my Indominus Rex should be able to handle both the Stegoceratops and his amphibian as well. So I'm not really too worried here. I'm hoping he uses all 6 of his attacks right here. Yes, he did, which means he has no defenses for the next round. Whew, this worked out pretty well. So it should only take 2 attacks from me, then it'll give you a chance to put up 2 shields and then stack 4 reserves. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This should put me in a pretty good position for the final round, even though it's an amphibian, and amphibians have a natural strength over carnivores. I'm not really sure why this is. I feel like basically amphibians should be looped in with carnivores because they are carnivores. Spinosaurus was technically an amphibian, but in this game he's a carnivore. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that there. So instead of having a rock, paper, scissors system, they have a rock, paper, scissors, duct tape system. So we won that match again. Great, we're at 3 now. Now you get 35 points, at least at this point in the tournament. Where I'm at, I get 35 points for every win, which basically means 3 wins will get me 100 points ahead, technically 105 points, but yeah. And another chance at the wheel. But if you lose, you don't get anything. Oh, that was so close. Oh, another mystery pack. They're laughing at me. Those mystery packs are laughing at me right now. I'm collecting a lot of dinosaurs with them, and probably dinosaurs I won't typically use a lot, except for maybe creating hybrids down the road. Because I already have a level 40 Allosaurus. Alright, so let's try this again. I don't like the fact that I'm spending Dino Bucks here. It's one of the hardest currencies to get in the game. I'd say second hardest. The first hardest is loyalty points. A lot of times when you use the trading post, oh god, okay, well, 4,000. That 4,000, that's impossible. Okay. So Metaposaurus. Yeah, he could probably take me out pretty easily, but it would take him at least 2 turns. Wow, he used a shield. Alright, so I really want this guy to use all of his turns on me so that my Eudomorphodon will have a better chance to take him out. But again, 4,000, that'll take at least 3 turns. Oh, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. We have a shot. Oh! That is a terrible idea, by the way. Never give up your turn. If you're going to do anything, at least put a stack in it. Put your points into reserves. Even if you don't think you're... He's pausing again. He's not doing anything. Is there a chance that I might actually be able to take this guy out with Stegoceratops? My Stegoceratops, poor guy, does not get too many victories in these matches. Because, again, he's the weakest one. I actually stack my dinosaurs from weakest to strongest, which is usually the better way to go when you're doing this. So I can actually significantly damage him a lot right now. I know he doesn't have any shields up. I probably could take him out in 1 hit, but I really don't want to do that. My plan here is to go ahead and have my Eudomorphodon finish this guy off. And then once that's done, I can have my Indominus Rex finish off his last 2 guys because they're both herbivores. and have a direct advantage. So wow, I might actually be able to take this guy out with my Stegoceratops. Way to go, buddy. It's a big day for you. So, all right, a hybrid of Parasaura, I believe is a hybrid of Parasaurolophus and I don't know, Supersaurus maybe? Possibly? I don't know. But yeah, he should be able to take me out here. Okay, so that was a lot of points. And my Eudomorphodon is not going to be able to hold its own well here. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can weaken it as much as I can. That'll make things a lot easier for my Indominus. And so yeah, he's down to like 456 health. I know he's going to take me out, which is fine because it'll take, if he has no defenses, it'll basically be nothing. He used all of his turns. Wow, okay, so yeah, this will be nothing. I can use one attack move by my Indominus, have 3 shields and 4 reserves. All right, so here we go. 1. This is the best possible situation to be in here when going up against the final guy. He's weaker than I am, and all of his turns have been used up. I could take out the current guy in 1 hit. So yeah, this should be in the bag too. Poor Diplodocus. I know one of my subscribers, that's his favorite dinosaur. I'm about to spank your favorite dinosaur, buddy. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and take this guy out real quick. He had 1 shield set up. I'm not really sure what he was going for. Maybe 3 stacks. But he gave up 2 turns. Maybe he lost his connection, but usually when they lose connection, the match is over and I win. So I'm not really sure what happened there. Maybe he had to run answer the door or something. It's entirely possible. It does happen. So, all right, so that's another win for us. Will this put us not quite at 6,800? We're almost there, so the next win should be able to do it. The guy beneath me hasn't budged yet. Speaking of these cards, the best card pack I've won so far in any of these is an Aqua pack, which is, in terms of VIP points, the equivalent of a legendary pack. Plus, you get a really cool aquatic dinosaur like Mosasaurus or Plesiosaurus or Elasmosaurus. In fact, while we're on that, why don't you let me know in the comments, like before you keep going, what your favorite aquatic dinosaur is. I know you've got one. They're not as common to think about as land dinosaurs, or terrestrial dinosaurs, but yep, they're pretty much out there. I've been a big fan of Plesiosaurus since I was a little kid. Elasmosaurus is slightly bigger, or at least a slightly longer neck. Okay, this one looks like a fairly simple one too. The dinosaurs aren't too powerful here. His starter is technically, no, I mean in every way it's weaker, even though he's supposed to have the advantage. All right, so yeah, this should be pretty easy. Again, we're just going to stack here. There's no point in just taking this guy out in 1 fell swoop. I really don't want my Indominus Rex going up against 2 amphibians. That could spell some serious trouble. So I'm glad he switched over to the Diplotator, which is another hybrid dinosaur. Combination of, I forget what amphibian, but the meat eater is Irritator. Yeah, that's a real dinosaur name, by the way. So, again, it's always nice when they put that amphibian up there first, because if they take out my Stegoceratops, they're immediately going to have to face my Eudomorphodon. So he used all of his turns. All right. Again, now I know exactly where he stands. So it should take, if I'm not mistaken, 2 attack modes by my Eudomorphodon, which means I can have 2 shields up and 4 reserves. Again, always try to put in 4 reserves if you can. The more moves and the more options you have on your table, the better. So again, we're going up against his weakest dinosaur, which is the Pyroraptor. You wouldn't think so, considering the name. It does kind of look like a little hothead, though. Okay, so Dino Swap again. I don't know why he just did that. Maybe because this guy has more health, but yeah, that didn't do him any good. So I can probably do a 4 stack here to get rid of him. I'm assuming he has at least 1 shield. So we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off in 1 fell swoop. He had 2 shields, okay. But yep, he's down for the count, so there's only 1 left. That's the Pyroraptor. Now, if he plays his cards right, he actually could have beaten me in 1 go. If he stacked 8 times, he probably could have taken out my Eudomorphodon. He just wouldn't have had anything from my Indominus. So we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off. Match is over. This should put us right at 6,800, a little over 6,800. And so we'll be getting a little bit closer to getting that 7,000 mark. That's what I'm going for. I'm trying to get an 1,100 point lead so that I can just step back and just kind of view the match from a distance. So we're at 68.22. So we're not too far behind at this point. We're making pretty good time here. All right, so can I get Titanoboa? Can I get him? Can I get him? Can I? Oh, and I could have gotten a rare. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you treat me so badly. I say that, but I'm in first place right now. Again, don't know if I can hold that for the next 24 hours. We'll see. I'm going to try my damnedest, though. Especially since I'm spending all my dino bucks. Oh, I hate doing this. But unfortunately, if you don't do that, it takes like 13 hours for the Indominus Rex to recharge. And by that time, you know, they're going to be ahead again, and I have to play like another 30-some-odd matches. So, okay, they've got one pretty strong dinosaur, one medium, and one fairly weak. Of course, their Megalosaurus is going to be the first one up, which has a direct advantage over my Stegoceratops. Let's see if he tries to take me out in 2 hits, because he could. And of course, he has 3 options. So, wow, he didn't. Okay. So, this gives us a chance to have a full stack here. Let's see if he uses all 6. I'm hoping he does. Yes, he did. Wow, what a waste of turns right there. But I'm very thankful, though. Alright, so my Eudomorphodon does not have any direct advantages over this guy, but at least I know he doesn't have any shields either. So, let's see. If I stack this, yep, that should be enough, and then I can have 4 reserves. And then we'll be going up against his Herbivore, which will have a direct advantage over me. So, Megalosaurus is down. Deinonychus reminds me of Deinonychus, the larger raptor, the one that the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park are actually based after. Okay, so he didn't actually attack me, strangely enough. So let me see if I can go ahead, how much damage I can do to him. Will he have, oh wow, okay, so only 1 shield up. And he is down. That I did not expect. So this guy will probably have a fairly hefty stack. Yep, he's got 7. So he can actually take me down if he uses all 7, which he did. Dickbag. Okay, so he'll take me down. But now I know that he has no shields, and my Indominus can just take him out in one fell swoop. That's right. Crank this baby up. Finishing move! There we go. Charge attack. Swipe, swipe, swoosh, bite. There we go. Ah, poor Pteranodon. Oh, hi, birdie. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. Timing-wise, we're doing fairly well, too. Alright, so we're getting there pretty fast. It should take 2 more battles, 2 more victories, I should say. Never count your chickens before they hatch. Come on, Titanoboa. Come on, come on. Okay, another mystery pack. Yay. Not really. Okay, but at least we get VIP points, or loyalty points, every time we open a card pack. So there is a silver lining there, even if there's not a lot of substance to the card packs themselves. So we're pretty far ahead at this point. We're going to go ahead and match it up again. I hate using the same 3 over and over again, but every time I go back and use Spinoraptor, Pteranodon, and Tyrannosaurus Rex, I end up going against guys that have like 3,000 or 4,000 health, and I don't even stand a prayer of a chance. About 50% of the time, the matchups are fairly even. The other 50%, they're either heavily tilted in my favor or against me. So, this, yeah, it's going to be his turn, isn't it? Oh, wow, mine for a change. Usually the underdog doesn't get the first turn, which makes 0 sense. By the way, he's got a hybrid called Giganocephalus. It's a made-up name, so don't bash me too much for not knowing it, but it's a combination of Giganotosaurus and Pachycephalosaurus. And it's a weird-looking one, too. I would not expect a hybrid like that from this particular guy. Especially since neither one of them had 4 legs. Or I could be wrong. Actually, you know what? I think I am wrong. I think it's a combination of Giganotosaurus and the other armored one, Euphilophosis. Sorry, the only club tail I know right off the top of my head is Ankylosaurus. Shame on me. I know the first club tail toy I ever had of a dinosaur was the Euphilophosis. Whatever it was. So, alright, we should be able to take this guy out pretty easily at this point. I'll go ahead and use 3 in case he has a shield stack of 2, which he did. And so he's down for the count. I have a direct advantage over our next guy, Caprosuchus. See a lot of these guys on the battlefield. Okay, so he did a Dino Swap. He's like, no, screw this. Even though the Supersaurus he put in place isn't really that much better. So, again, 4 turns should be enough to take this guy out. We'll do 5 just to be on the safe side. And it was a good call, because he had a couple of shields up there. So, yep. Now, this guy really shouldn't have much of a chance. Even if he has all 5, even if he uses 5 shields right now, it's not going to make a difference because it only takes 2 of mine to get through, and we have 7. So he used 3, which is good on him, but yet we still got it. We still got it. That's right. All right, that dino is down for the count. So we're getting close now. We are getting so close. All right, so this should push me over to the top to, let's see. Okay, so one more battle and I should be at 6,900, so we'll be getting close to that 7,000 mark. All right, so Titanoboa, Titanoboa, come on, come on. Oh, no, no, no. So close, so close. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my gosh. Oh, what a ripoff. So close. That's okay. That is okay. Thing of it is, I'm pretty confident that even if I stopped playing now, I looked at the deficit just in places 1 through 10, and it's pretty high up there. I'm pretty sure I would stay in the Dominator League, even if I just gave up at this point and people kept progressing. But I'm really intent on getting that first place, just so that I have a better chance of being able to recreate the Titanoboa in the creation lab. So yeah, he's got some pretty decent dinosaurs here. I don't know what this guy is. Metracanthosaurus. Okay. That's one I have not heard of before. Kind of looks like Ceratosaurus on steroids just off the bat. But I don't think that's the case. So again, we're just going to keep stacking as long as we can. I'm hoping that he uses all of his turns on me in one fell swoop, which means I'll know exactly what he's cooking up. But he gave me a little bit of a nice break there. So I know my Eudomorphodon's not going to have a direct advantage over this guy, but with only 1,100 health, I think 2 attacks by Eudomorphodon should be able to do the trick as long as he doesn't have any shields. So again, back to Eudomorphodon. He's like, man, it's a living. So just in case he has 1 shield, we're going to go ahead and finish this guy off. He did not, thankfully. So he is once again down for the count. We have 1 dinosaur down, 2 to go. The Monolophosaurus is not that big of a deal, so he's switching over to his Shunosaurus. I don't blame you for that one. I'm surprised that a level 40 is this weak because they're pretty strong overall. I think I've got a level 30 right now, and he's probably one of my top 10 dinosaurs on the list. So we weakened him pretty good. So even if he finishes us off, which he very well might, he's got 7 here. I'm hoping he uses all 7 of his turns. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Yes. But unfortunately for him, this means that it'll only take 1 hit from my Indominus to take him down, which means I can stack 3 shields and 4 reserves. He's not going to stand a prayer of a chance here. So we'll go ahead and finish him off. 3 shields. Again, this is the place you want to be. And boom, he is out. Sorry, sorry, Shunosaurus. Oh, hi, Monolophosaurus. So, surprisingly, he used all 4. That was a bold move on his part. It really wouldn't have done anything. But, okay. I'm sure he was like, he used 3 shields? Really? A dinosaur as powerful as that versus mine? He needs any shields at all? Yep. I'm not taking any chances here. I want to go for as many victories as I possibly can, as fast as I can. We're making this happen. So this should put us up to over 6,900, which means we're almost at our goal at this point. Yep. So we should be able to get it in just a few more battles. 3 more battles should technically do the trick, I believe. Okay, so we didn't even get a card pack that time. I think the RNG lords of this game heard me. They're like, nope. Okay, you don't want a card pack? No card pack for you. So let's go ahead and do this again. I always keep my fingers crossed here because, again, there's a very strong, about a 25% chance that I'm going to get my ass handed to me depending on how powerful these dinos are. And so they're not that bad, I will say. I mean, really the only dinosaurs that I have a true weakness against is, yep, there you go. It's a Noondagosaurus. Okay, that's a different one. But yeah, he would be a direct competitor for my Indominus Rex, and we don't want that happening. So this is a pretty even match right here. We should be in fairly good shape. I'm hoping, again, they'll use all of their turns on me to take me out in one fell swoop. My Eudomorphodon can move in and take this guy out with very little issue at all. And then at that point, the rest of the match should be fairly on my side at that point. So, okay, 6, and yep, he used all of them. Fantastic. So I know he has no shields. It should take no more, because we did some damage to him, it should take no more than 2 hits from Eudomorphodon, which means I can have 2 shields in reserve, and then have 4 stacks for reserve as well. So he is gone. Perfect. There we go. Already off to a decent start. This guy is not that powerful. I'm betting that he's going to switch over to his hybrid. That would not surprise me at all in the least. So let's see if he actually does, or if he's going to do the same thing I do, and that's actually stack his points up as much as he can. Sorry. Yep, he actually tried to attack me. I was very surprised with that. Let's go ahead and finish him off here. And so 2 should do it. Yep, I thought he might have up to 3 shields. I was surprised to see that he didn't. Maybe that means that he's actually stacking a lot of them. Wow, okay, only 5. This should do the trick if he's trying to take me out. Which I sort of expect him to do, but I don't. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the Indominus just because he has a far more attack power, and it shouldn't take too many to get through unless he has like 5 shields set up, which very few people ever do that. And of course, he didn't do that here, thankfully. So once again, we have a MythicTyrant victory. Sorry, Hybrid Dinosaur, but good job, Indominus Rex. You haven't let me down yet. Not in this, not in this series of matches anyway. So we're getting close. I think 2 more matches should do the trick, I believe, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so, oh man, I didn't get any cards. I was this close to getting $200, which I desperately need right now, because, I mean, seriously, I'm spending Dynabucks like crazy. Like, each one of these to recharge, I think the maximum is like $170 to recharge it instantly. The prices do go down as time goes on, but again, the more time that goes on, the more everyone else is catching up with you. So we have a pretty ideal match here. This shouldn't be too big of an issue, depending on how aggressive these guys are. It's another Diplitator. Doesn't look like the same guy from before who gave up 2 of his turns. Again, it could have been connection issues, could have been maybe he had something going on at home, he had to ignore it for a second. It does happen. But fortunately for us, that worked in our favor. So he should be able, wow, okay, I thought that I was done for a second there. But I will be this time, because again, I'm just going to use my stacks and let him do what he wants. He's probably going to use all 3, is he? Yep. So he's one of those guys. Occasionally I come across someone who forgets what the shields are, forgets what the reserves are, and just attacks every time. Earlier when you play this game, like in the lower levels, that can work surprisingly well, but once you get higher up and you start facing more experienced players, it never works out. It just flat out doesn't. So, okay, we have 1 down. This guy, we should be able to take him out without too much of an issue. Even if he goes ahead and hits me with all 4, it's not going to really help him out too much. So let's see what he actually does here. 1 versus 1. So he might have 3 shields. It's entirely possible. I doubt it. Just from what I've seen so far, I think this guy is allergic to shields. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Yep, he only put 1 shield up, so that should be it for Spinosaurus. And we have Parasaurolophus. Again, one of my favorite herbivores. So he's got 6. I'm hoping he uses all 6 here. He only used 5. Okay, good for him. That means he either has 1 shield or 1 reserve. Always assume that it's a shield. That way, if you're going in for the kill, you know how many moves to take. Of course, it's the last guy on the list, so we're going to go ahead and just stack it up. Indominus Rex finishing move incoming. Swipe. Swipe. That was good to go. Swoosh. Bite. All right, so Indominus, another victory for Indominus Rex right there. How wonderful. So we're getting very close here. How far along are we? Okay, so 1 more should do the trick, and we'll be over 7,000. We'll be about 1,100 points in the lead. Again, that does not guarantee by any means. Oh, look, Titanoboa was only 2 cards away. What the hell, Jurassic World? So close. But this will give us an 1,100 point lead. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on it, especially after yesterday's events. Again, I don't know how that guy managed to surge so quickly. I mean, that takes hours to do. You know, we've been sitting here just getting an extra 300-point lead, technically 400, but it's taken us about 40 minutes. And so to close that kind of gap so quickly is going to be really trying. And if you hear music in the background, I apologize. I have a very music happy neighbor that just moved in and doesn't understand what quiet means or what headphones are. So I have greatly apologized for that. Hopefully this will be an easy one for us right here. We're going to go ahead and do 4 stacks. And he had 2 shields. All right, that's pretty good for us. So at this point, we can probably attack in. All right, so we have 2. Okay, so we used 2. Nicely done. We're going to go ahead and try to use 3 of our attacks here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. And yeah, oh wow, that surprises me. I was able to take him out in one fell swoop, which means we have the direct advantage over his next one, which is a Dimorphodon. Wow. So Dimorphodon, of course, was featured in Jurassic World. The only other dinosaur that was a flying dinosaur as opposed to Pteranodon. Sorry, that music is distracting the hell out of me right now. This should do a pretty good job. Wow, I might actually get a victory for Stegoceratops. That never happens. Oh, Metriorhynchus, that's my favorite amphibian, but no, he didn't give me a chance here. He's like, no, it's not going to happen for you. And so we got this close to having a Stegoceratops victory. I feel bad for the guy because I feel like he deserves one every once in a while. I think he might have gotten one last night when I was getting my my first like 700-point lead, where I went through that little series of fights. So we're going to go ahead and do our finishing move. This should put us over the top right here. Yes. So we have another victory. This puts us at over 7,000, which means we are 1,100 points in the lead right now. This should give us a nice edge so that we can keep watching this thing as time goes on. Again, we've got about a day left here. And so with this day left, I've got to keep a close eye on things as competition continues to brew and intensify because people want that first place spot. Oh. So there you have it. We now have an 1,100-point lead. So what was your favorite battle that you saw today? Did you see a dinosaur that you really loved, that you were excited to see on the big screen, to see it at level 40? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter at MythicTyrant. A link to my Twitter feed can be found in the description below. And if you love this video and you feel like I have earned your subscription, please click that subscribe button for more great content every single day right here on MythicTyrant.com. And of course, hit that notification icon as well so that you can be one of the first to see the video as well as comment on the video. And if you know someone who loves dinosaurs as much as I do, as much as you do, go ahead and share that video while you're at it. Thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. I'll catch you all right back here next time. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.